Back on, Gerty rude. Back again, that Tuesday mood. Never have I felt more Tuesday-ish than today. Especially with the wonderful news that came out last night about tea time, I think it was, about our dear, sweet Princess of Wales, Her Royal Majesty Catherine of Wales, who I think her name is actually spelt with a K. But anyway, I don't know, because obviously I didn't register her birth. Oh, let's not talk about that. Hey, voodoo people. Shh, voodoo people. Don't mention the what? Don't mention it. Just move on. Anyway, no one's seen the certificate. You've seen my certificate, though, haven't you? Yes, you have. You've seen Gin and Skin certificate. I got a certificate. I keeps it on my walls. Where it don't cause as much problems as certain other things. Anyway, wasn't it entertaining? I mean, if you like that sort of thing, you know what I mean? If it was between, like, listening to that shit show, and if you know what I'm on about, you know what I'm on about, or watching paint dry, I would go for the watching paint dry, personally, between me and you. I know it's got nothing to do with me, and I'd like to keep it that way. But yes, it was a bit of a feeding frenzy of many sort of descriptions. Yes, people need to realise that a lot of the time, this is my take on it, it is the person's individual channel, and at the end of the day, we are all being performative in one way or the other. I mean, do you think I really get up in the morning and go, I'm back, it's Gerty rude, I'm back again with that Tuesday mood? No, I don't. And none of the other people that produce their channels get up and go, hello, it's me and la la la, you know, just like, it's performative. And I totally think that everybody involved in that scenario, let's politely say scenario, was being highly performative. And yeah, more power to them, because it's a sort of dead season when the kids go back to school, innit? So we needed something, and I think we've all got it. We've all got a good fix of it. So yeah, I just wish every one of those YouTubers involved, including the people that were erroneously tagged or named, I wish them nothing but well, all of them, and I hope they go to strength. And I also don't like the pylon on the other YouTuber that is doing work. She's entitled to her own opinion. She's entitled to her own stand, or whatever it's called, channel. You know what I mean? She can. I mean, if people don't watch it, don't watch it. But you know, I think Lady C made the salient point the other day that in the complete lack and dearth of non-information, it is going to be backfilled with people coming to their own conclusions, and they're entitled to do that. They're entitled to do that. They're entitled to do what they want. They really are. They all are. I love them all. I love Paula M. I love her. She's all right. People don't realise that she is, I think it is a cultural thing with her, because, and she is obviously an alpha. Let's have it right, ladies. If me and Paula are in the same room, I'd be sitting down shutting up, you know. Paul's a girl, isn't she? She knows what she's on about. She's had some beef, and anybody that does what she does for that school, and she feeds the kids, and she makes sure they've all got toilets to go to the lavatory in, you know, little things like that. She's a bit like Sue Me. Do you know Sue Me? In America, a Sue Me lady, she's like that. She's always doing stuff to help other charities and everything. And she has to put herself on the line and put her image in the public domain to make some money to help other people. I mean, you know, what can you say? And there's only so much you can say about certain people that may or may not live in California. They may do, we do not know. It's a moot point at the moment. They could literally live anywhere. But I tell you where they don't live. They don't live on any of the royal estates in Britain, thankfully. So it means that we're not picking up the tab for their bleeding freebies. But anyway, back to the plot. This is a very tasteful back view of Her Majesty, the Princess of Wales. Her Royal Highness, rather. Oh, here we go.
Thank you for coming in.
Oh, that was quick. Oh, anyway, that's enough of Her Royal Highness, the Princess of Wales. We got Ange. Ange, and you're doing this to annoy me now. You're doing this on purpose because you know that I'm after all of your blouses, but I don't want this one. What's going on here? What's happening? I'm not feeling like Jimi Hendrix or anything off of this blouse. I mean, is it all along the watchtower? We don't know. We don't know anymore. Is it a Hey Joe? Because I think Hey Joe was, Hey Joe, you know, it had more rhythm. And this is kind of like, isn't it? Oh, Ange, you've let me down, darling. You've let me down. Oh, I don't know whether I can follow you anymore. I might have to unsub, actually. I don't like your blouse, Ange, anymore. No, you can definitely keep that one, darling. Oh, this is Jacob Rees-Fogg, whatever his name is. Erstwhile leader of the House of Commons, got booted out, and now he's back on the, here, on the gravy train. And, and it is very indicative of the, what would one call it? The, I don't know what you'd call it. I've got a word, but I dare not say the word. Is it like when you all get in bed together? One of them. Orgy. It's the orgy. The orgiastic cut and thrust of the media and political class, because they all just swap places every now and again. Most of them are sleeping with each other anyway, do you know what I mean? You know, like Gove and that Sarah and whatever. And I like that bird since she's got rid of Gove. She did. She got rid of about 15 stone of useless weight, didn't she? I can't think what her surname is, Sarah something. She was annoying, but now she's not annoying. And she's a journalist. Is it the Mail? Don't care. Anyway, they're all in it together. And she was with Gove, who was something or other in quite a few of the past Conservative governments. And this thing was as well. Oh, my God, he's literally a hoe of the finest. Isn't he? He will let wherever I lay my hat is me bone. Isn't it really? Do you know what I mean? Now he's been booted out. Oh, he's back on GB News. He was on LBC before. I don't think they liked his opinions, so I think James O'Brien got rid of him, or whatever they do, I don't know. But Katie was on there, Nigel Farage was on there, and they never last very long. They always get bunged off, so they all end up in their natural habitat, which may or may not be GB News or Talk TV, Squawk TV as I call it. Yeah, so he's back. He lost his... Did he lose his... I think he lost his North Somerset or North Devon. No, it wasn't Devon. North Somerset constituency. Oh, dearie me. Or Waitrose is going to be down a couple of quid. Now you've been booted out of office down there. Anyway, because none of them can afford to shop there anymore, my darling. No. So let's see what's going on with... You've let me down. You've let me down, Ange.
Obviously know the royal family very well. This
she does. She slept with them all. I mean, spoken to them all, sorry.
It is also a real revelation of what she is really like.
Yes.
As a person.
Right.
And I think that's very interesting too, because we've looked at her, we've always thought that she's marvellous and wonderful.
She went through her wardrobe and thought, right, I'm on GB News, that mad old boot Gerty Moon's going to be watching. I'm going to wear the most... well, just the plainest blouse I can possibly find. In fact, I just bought it from the, I think it was the Cats Protection charity shop. Yes. She thought, she's not having my bloody blouse. Let's see if she gets hold of my blouse. No.
But you
Come on,
don't
darling.
see inside. And this really showed you what she felt deep down.
Yes.
And how she's dealt with it. And how she's analysed what she has to do. How difficult it's been and how wonderful her friends, her parents...
Yeah, and we know all this, but listen, get with the programme, right? Salient point was, I'm sorry, I'm still stuffed full of cold, and I've got an orchard full of fruit, and I keep looking at the fruit and thinking, please just go away. Stop. Stop growing fruit. Whether it's hay fever or not, I don't know, but my eyes are weeping like I'm crying constantly, which, to be fair, I should be. I mean, you've seen me. Every time I look in the mirror, I feel like bursting into tears. But obviously, my eyes aren't that good. So that helps me. Sometimes I'll just look in the mirror and I'll think, do you know what? You look just like the Mark clip, you do. In other words, crazy. Yeah, no. So, right, the Princess of Wales, back to the plot. Princess of Wales came out with that lovely little homage she did of her family. Because she's a little bit of a cinematographer herself, isn't she? She likes doing that sort of stuff, and fair play to the girl. And her lovely little family, I mean, they're so cute. And William as well. I mean, I think Kate is probably the only bird that can make William smile. I mean, there's a couple of things he did look a bit awkward, but he knew he was going along with it. And there's others she got him where he come across as very, very natural. Because he's always had that sort of slight social awkwardness that I think's probably been the biggest thing he's had to combat personally in his life. And I think she helps him with that. Do you agree that he did, if you look back on him, he was always a little bit kind of socially awkward in a way that maybe Harry wasn't until he met the Marklet. Harry was much more gregarious, naturally gregarious in the way that his mum was. Whereas I always thought that William had that kind of slight social awkward where his status and yet him as a human being sort of clashed. And I think Catherine gets him through all that. And I think she's captured that in this little film X she did, this little nougat. What is it? Let's have a look, see if I can find it. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Are we there? Are we there? Are we there? Are we there? Yeah, this sort of thing. I mean, it's lovely, isn't it, really? Bless them.
Ideal family that had
yeah, look, that's natural. Lovely. Love it. Love that. Love that. Love it.
Ideal family
love that.
With children and
love it.
Husband and so on.
After what she's been through, it must be lovely to stand in the open air in nature and just in the shade of a tree, because she's obviously filmed this. It's been boiling in Britain up to about when the kids went back to school, really, last week. And so she's probably in the shade of a tree with the sun sort of trickling through the boughs of the tree and the leaves. And she's feeling that on her face, knowing that at 42, is she? Or 41? I'm not sure. But anyway, she's a baby. And just drinking that in and realising that, you know, we are all very lucky to be here, aren't we, darlings? We really are.
For various reasons.
Oh, little Louis.
Yes.
Yes, well, they are very different royal couple, aren't they?
Yeah, they're
and
lovely.
He is going to be a very different
cute.
king, I think.
Yeah.
He cares very much for people.
Yeah.
But I think that he also cares very much for his family.
Yeah, that slight awkwardness, but the all-encompassing love that he has for her. I don't know what his brother meant, because obviously I've sort of played with that in my mind quite a bit, knowing the dynamics of interpersonal relationships that people have. And brothers might tell each other stuff that you wouldn't even tell your best friend. And I've often wondered what business or what he actually meant, his brother, the Duke of Sussex, when he said that he married for love, but William married for duty. Because I'm just thinking, what, do you know what I mean? What nest did you fall out of, mate? There's you with all your experience in life. Sometimes people, I mean, if you go back in history, there was so many people that had arranged marriages, and 50% of them would be a shoot show, and 50% of them would end up being a love match. It just depends on the people. And maybe, I just think they grew up together. They met at university. She was only young. I think it was her first time away from home. And it was definitely, well, it wasn't definitely his, because he went to boarding school. She went to boarding school. So actually, I don't know what I'm on about. But as young adults, they were out on their own in the world together. I do think there was some specially picked. And I don't say picked in any nefarious way. I just mean generally that obviously they weren't going to have him share a house at university with some, do you know what I mean? Say, you're Backstreet. But, you know, somebody whose parents aren't whatever. I don't know what to say. But I think there was a certain amount of vetting, is the best way to put it, so that only decent girls and people that he's likely to fall in love with. And after Diana's demise, I do remember a docudrama that I don't know whether it's ITV or BBC did, where they did a docudrama, sort of what would happen to William in the future. And they did do it in this, somebody played William, he was a child at the time, but somebody played William as a young adult. And they actually did moot the point that he was going to meet the love of his life at university. And that was back in 98 or 99. That was done after Diana died. Because people were saying, how is William ever going to meet the love of his life? How is he going to be happy? Because, I mean, obviously they're a bad match, Diana and Charles. And I think as well, I'm sorry, I'm so full of cold. I think as well that Harry and William don't get on in just the same way and just over the same views and over the same personality traits that I think Charles and Diana clashed on is the same things they clash on, if that makes sense. I've seen this in people, and often you find people that really love each other, couples that really love each other and are very like interwoven with each other, their children get on really well. And then you find that people that battle to have relationships, their children battle to have relationships with each other in the same way that their parents, because obviously you're inheriting DNA that could just clash with one of your siblings in much the same way that your parents clash, is what I'm trying to say. So it's really good that he's found the love of his life, and we know that this won't happen to George, Charlotte and Louis, because their parents do love each other. I think that they're probably forged loving and long-term marriages. Well, let's hope so anyway. And little Louis, I always said he wasn't named after Louis Mountbatten. I think it was a nod to Charles's surrogate granddad, Louis Mountbatten of Burma, but he was named after, because he was the second son. So George was obviously named after his grandmother's father, and Louis was named after the Spencer side of the family, because Louis is the heir. Louis Spencer is the heir to the Spencer line, whatever it is, Altrop, whatever. You know what I mean. So he'd be the next Lord L. Spencer. And Earl's higher than the Lord, isn't it? Yeah, so he'd be the next L. Spencer. Anyway, so that's good because they called both their children after sort of people in their family. I think. That's what I think. I don't think they sort of got them out of a cracker or anything, do you?
The Duke of Edinburgh were
That's nice. That's nice. I like that.
And
that's nice.
Not so much for looking after the children, but this will be
that's
very
nice.
much a family. You can.
Well, he's still got that early, but I think the kids and her bring him back down to earth, and he can't do anything other than just be natural. But I think whenever his camera's around, I think he reverts to I am the next king type of thing, and it's hard. It's hard. I don't envy him. It is hard, but I think the kids are a great leveller when it comes to social awkwardness.
You can tell that they're living in a small house with 4 bedrooms, which isn't big, really, for the heir to the throne.
No,
and I think that it will be different, but it will be very honourable. And
we're finished with a back view of her again. Anyway, and I have noticed all those early 1980 fashions in dresses are coming back, aren't they? Like this, all the what we used to call the Lady Diana look, if you're around in 81, 82, 83. It was all out there. And I've noticed young women wearing sort of dresses that I can remember in the shops when I was a young girl back in the day, 16, 17. So fashions go round and everything goes round and the world goes round and... the Mark Clear. Oh, my God. You did hear. I'm not going to put... the cat's on at me. The cat's dive bombing me at the moment. We've been treated to the documentary or a part of something that no one gives a stuff about to do with polo. Yes! They decided to publish it yesterday, just when she did this. So I may make of that what you will. We're all going to make of it what we will. And, YouTubers out there, let's all stay in our own lane. Let's all love one another. I love you all. I love you all. Obviously, I do. Love you all. Anyway, bye-bye for now. Wherever you are in the world, have a great evening, afternoon, morning, or good night. And we've already established that you lot don't have bed bugs. None of us do. Wherever you are, just stay happy and healthy. And smile, because the world will always look at you and think, what the fuck are you smiling at? Are you mental? Bye-bye now.